Hola, ¿cómo están? Today we're going to wrap up talking about España y los animales. So if you haven't gotten a chance to watch the videos about Spain yet, you definitely should. Lots of cool traditions to learn about in Spain, and there's some videos about the animals that you could find in Spain. Spain has a bunch of different kinds of climate. They have beaches in Spain that can be hot all year, but there are also mountains in Spain that can be cold all year. And then there's a little bit of everything in between. Even though Spain isn't a really huge country, they do have a lot of different types of climates, and that means that they have a lot of different types of animals that live there too. Perfecto. So today we're going to talk about cómo cuidas a los animales. How do you take care of animals? ¿Cómo cuidas a los animales? And there's a little rhyme down here that says, si estoy asustado, hago puf, puf. Si estoy contento, hago ron, ron. ¿Quién soy? Means if I'm scared, I go puf, puf. If I'm happy, I go rrr, rrr. Who am I? Es el gato. Did you ever hear a cat when he gets scared and they go and when they are happy they purr and they make that sound like ron, ron, ron. So, ¿cómo cuidas a los animales? ¿Qué hace el gato? What does the cat do? Si está asustado, hace puff, puff. Si está contento, hace ron, ron. See? So, one more time, the animals make different sounds in different languages. We call it purring, but in Spanish they say ron, ron, ron. The way that they make their R sounds in Spanish does sound a lot like a cat purring. That sound. Ron, ron. Muy bien. Cuido a mi mascota. I take care of my pet. Miguel dice, yo cuido a mi perro. Yo le doy comida. Y Alicia, is that her name? I forget. Dice, yo le doy agua. So Miguel says, I take care of my dog. I give him food. And the girl says, I give him water. Yo le doy agua. Yo le doy comida. So look at that word cuido. That's an action word. That's a verb. See how it ends with the letter O? That means Miguel is saying, I take care of my dog. If I wanted it to say he takes care of his dog, I would change it to an A on the end and say cuida a su perro. If I wanted to make it they take care of their dog, do you remember what I would do? I put an N on the end and it would say cuidan a su perro. So when it's an action word, when it's a verb, the ending of the word tells me who is doing the action. So when I see the letter O, it doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. When I see the letter O, it tells me I am doing the action. I take care of my dog. I give him food. So the word for food is comida. And you probably already know the word agua for water. I give him food and I give him water. Yo cuido a mi gata. Yo le doy agua. Yo le doy comida. So you also take care of your cat by giving the cat water and food. Muy bien. Repiten, por favor. Comida. Agua. Plato. Muy bien. Yo cuido a mi, what's that a picture of? Perro. Yo cuido a mi perro. Yo le doy agua y comida en un plato. I give him food and water in a dish. Yo cuido a mi, what's that last one a picture of? Mi gata. Yo le doy agua y comida en un plato. I take care of my dog. I take care of my cat. I give him or her food and water in a dish. Muy bien. So, new words for us so far: comida, agua, plato, and yo cuido, I take care of, yo cuido. Una visita al veterinario. So, a couple of cognate words in here, words that look like English words. What do you guess the word visita means? A visit. And how about the word veterinario? A veterinarian. It's a doctor that takes care of animals. So, Kate dice, Mimi está triste. ¿Qué le pasa? Mimi is sad. Triste. Can you see on Mimi's face that she looks sad? Mimi está triste. ¿Qué le pasa? What's wrong with her? ¿Qué le pasa? El veterinario dice, está enferma. She's sick. She's sick. See that word enferma? That's a describing word, an adjective. It ends with an A because Mimi is a girl cat. If Mimi were a boy cat, we would change it to what? Enfermo. But look at that word triste. Triste is sad, but it ends with the letter E. So it doesn't matter if we're talking about a boy animal or a girl animal, either one would be triste. Mimi está triste. ¿Qué le pasa? Está enferma. She's sick. That's why she's at the veterinarian. But the veterinarian gives Mimi some medicine, takes good care of Mimi, cuida a Mimi, and now Mimi está contenta. What do you think contenta means? Happy. Look at how Mimi looks happy now. Ya no está enferma means she's not sick anymore. Ya no está enferma. How about that word contenta? What if we were talking about a boy cat? What would we have to change contenta to? Contento, if it were a boy we were talking about. Mimi está contenta. Ya no está enferma. Ya no means not anymore. She's not sick anymore. Ya no está enferma. Qué bien. Ahora tú. Mimi está, how is she feeling in that first picture? Mimi está triste. Mimi está enferma. Mimi is sad and Mimi is sick. But in the second picture, Mimi está contenta. Now she's happy. Ya no está enferma. Now she's not sick anymore. Qué bien. Gracias, veterinario. So now the veterinario is talking. He says, Yo soy veterinario. I am a veterinarian. Yo curo a los animales. Not just cuida, but curo a los animales, he says. I cure animals. See how that action word ends with an O? That's because the veterinarian is talking and he's saying, I cure animals. Yo curo a los animales. But look at the bottom sentence. Now the veterinarian isn't talking anymore. Now we're talking about him. So instead of saying, I cure animals, we want to say, he cures animals. El veterinario cura a la vaca. So when it's an action word and it ends with either an A or an E, it means he, she, or it is doing the action. So the veterinarian cures the cow. El veterinario cura a la vaca. That gets kind of tricky because we get so used to seeing O's and A's at the ends of words. And usually we think about that meaning it tells us if it's a boy word or a girl word. But when it's a verb, when we're talking about an action word instead of a thing, then the ending on the end of the word tells us not if it's a boy or a girl, but it tells us if it's I or you or he or she or we or they. Okay, that gets a little bit tricky, but keep practicing it and I think you'll get it. Excelente. So if you haven't watched all the videos about animals yet, make sure you watch those. And there are some videos about verbs too. And they'll tell you about those endings of verbs. So it's a good idea to listen to those songs too and get those endings nice and stuck in your head so that you can keep them all straight. Don't forget, make me some Flipgrid videos too so I can hear you talking about all these different animals. Muy bien, let's look at our workbook. Página 37, page 37. We have Miguel up here and he says, Yo cuido a mi perro. Yo le doy comida. What is he taking care of? His dog. Can we get Miguel down to the picture of his dog? See if you can draw a line. Get Miguel to his dog, el perro. Yo cuido a mi perro. Yo le doy comida. There we go. Now the dog has food. And the girl, that I can't remember her name, I think it's Alicia, but I can't remember, says, Yo cuido a mi gata. Yo le doy agua. Can we get a line from the girl to her gata, her cat? Yo cuido a mi gata. Yo le doy agua. Excelente. Traza y colorea. It says trace and then color. Mimi está. How is Mimi feeling? Triste. Can you trace those words? Triste. And then you can color in Mimi. And at the bottom it says Mimi está. How is she feeling now? Mimi está contenta. And you can color in Mimi now that she's feeling contenta. So there are two opposite words for us. Triste, sad. Contenta, happy. Triste, sad. Contenta, happy. Those words are adjective words. They're describing words. So we do need to make those have O's or A's if we're talking about boys or girls. But if it's a word like triste that ends in the letter E, doesn't matter. We can keep it the same for boys or girls. We don't have to change the E. It can be the same for boys or girls. Muy bien. Página 39, page 39, dice, here's our test for all the things we've learned about in this unit about animales and España. Let's see if we can remember all our vocabulary words. Dice, encierra en un círculo el dibujo correcto. We're going to circle the correct picture. Número uno, la gata. Which one is la gata? Cat. Muy bien. Número dos, la cola. Which part of the dog is la cola? Tail. Excelente. Número tres, ¿cuál animal es la oveja? Which animal is an oveja? The sheep. Sí. Número cuatro, empieza con me. Remember we made the sounds ma, me, mi, mo, mu? Which one starts with me? Melón. Melón. Muy bien. Last page, página 40, page 40. ¿Cuál animal nada? Which animal nada? Swims. El pato nada. El pato nada. ¿Cuáles animales saltan? Las ovejas saltan. The sheep jump. So remember, if we're talking about just one animal and we want to describe their action, what verb they're doing, it's going to end with an A or an E, like nada. El pato, nada. But if we want to talk about more than one animal and we want to describe their action, we're going to end the word with the letter N, like las ovejas saltan. Okay? Muy bien. Número 7. ¿Cuál es rápido? ¿Cuál animal es rápido? Which one is rápido? El caballo es rápido, fast. La vaca es lenta, lenta, slow, lenta. Y el número 8, ¿cuál es la comida? La comida. La comida, food. First one is just el plato, vacío. It's an empty bowl. The second one tiene agua. Y el tercero, the third one, tiene comida, la comida. Muy bien, lots to practice. Now you can describe animals. You can describe the different parts of the body that they have, and you can say if they're big or small. You can talk about what colors they are. You can talk about what actions they do. And you can talk about how to take care of them. Cuido a mi mascota. Le doy agua y le doy comida. I give him food and I give him water. Keep practicing all those words. If you haven't made me some Flipgrid videos about animals yet, be sure to do that. Play lots of games about animals so that you can keep all those vocabulary words stuck in your head. Siguen practicando. Hasta luego. Ciao.